Jim Dreves here with my JDF1 stats. No opinions, just facts. Today, I've decided to compare two highly rated drivers that don't have a drive for next year. You know who I'm talking about. Sergio Checo Perez and Nico the Hulkenberg. First interesting comparison is that Checo was vice champ, runner-up in GP3 to Pastor Maldonado, while the Hulk won the GP3 crown, beating his teammate by 64 points. Who was he, you might ask? Same Venezuelan dude, Pastor. So even before their F1 career, the Hulk got better results. However, before they raced as teammates, Hulk outscored Checo's countryman Gutierrez 51-6. But how did they stack up in Qually and the race? Hulk, in Sauber's dark gray and white colors in the graph, outqualified him over 6/10 in 2013. In fast laps, it was down to almost 4/10, but still a big gap. The Hulk was even faster than Checo and his teammate in McLaren. Checo, in McLaren's silver and red colors in the graph, on the other hand, was up against F1 champ Button in 2013. Although it wasn't his best moment, he averaged less than a tenth slower in quali, and 2/10 behind Jensen in race form, ending up behind Jensen in the season 49-73 points. By the looks of things, the Hulk would have the upper hand in Force India next year. In 2014, both in the black and orange colors of Force India, the Hulk averaged 1.974 seconds behind master qualifier Rosberg that year. Meantime, Checo averaged 2.122 seconds back, about a tenth and a half difference. However, in race, the Mexican averaged almost a tenth faster, ending up with 59 points to Hulk's 96. Advantage, Hulk. 2015 was similar. Hulk again in quali, but by almost 3/10. However, in GP, he was a tenth and a half behind Checo again. This time, the German losing in the championship 78-58 points. Point for Checo. 2016 was better for Checo. Averaged only half a tenth behind. In the race, was nearing a tenth faster. The Hulk beaten again, 101 points to 72. Advantage Checo. In 2017, the Hulk went to Renault, yellow and black in the graph, which in quali performed the same as Force India in pink and blue, and managed to barely stay ahead of Checo by just a quarter of a tenth. On Sunday, Renault averaged 3/10 slower. Checo had half a second on his new teammate Ocon. Meantime, the Hulk trailed a tenth behind Palmer and then Sainz. Renault's slower race pace showed in the championship too. The Hulk 43 points to Checo's 100. What's happening to the Hulk? No changes in 2018, but guess who finished best of the rest, behind the top three? That's right, Hulkenberg was 7th with 69 points, and Perez 8th, totaled 63. Renault and Force India were very close again in quali, and by now we know who was faster. That's right, Hulk a tenth again. In the race, however, it was Renault who started to build a 2.5 tenth gap. Maybe that's why he got more points, but that didn't show in the drivers. Hulk only was half a tenth faster. Anyway, it still puts him in the game. Last year was special, especially for the Hulk, who met up with a honey badger. Now things were starting to get more interesting. How did the Hulk measure up to the multiple GP winner? About 2/10 behind in the first time he's beaten in quali. Though on Sundays, that gap was gone with practically the same average times. The season ended in Ricciardo's favor, 54-37, and ended his drive too, believe it or not, to Checo's beaten ex-teammate Ocon. Checo, on the other hand, teamed up with Stroll and built a 4/10 gap in quali. But to one surprise, Stroll put in some fast times during the race and not only recovered the gap, but added a tenth to the Mexican. The Canadian needed more consistency though, and ended 52-21 in favor of Checo in the championship. Conclusion. The numbers show that Nico can put a faster lap in quali. In spite of that, It's Sergio's consistency in the race that has put him ahead, not to mention his points tally since they raced together. Perez 453 points to Hulkenberg's 375. Bottom line is that both performed well and deserve a race seat. This year is still fresh. If it isn't, then check out my other video where I rank all the drivers and teams. So, where do you think these two will end up? My apologies on the quality. This is my second video and I'm still trying to get the hang of it. Let me know in the comments who would you like me to compare next. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe.